Life hacks. We're picking back up on simulation theory. Thank you so much for your patience. I don't have the best equipment yet, but I'm trusting and believing that it's coming. But this information is so juicy, is so rich that I'm glad that you're sticking around. I know a lot of you have been with me for a long time, so I just appreciate y'all. Let's dive right in. So we're talking about non-player characters and NPCs, right? So again, we got to remember that an NPC is an individual that is going through life at an unconscious level, that are easily controlled. All right, what I didn't speak on is probably easily controlled by superstition or perhaps fear, right? Because like these two major things, as you can see on TV media, that's how they govern us right now. All right, so an NPC, again, is an individual that is probably walking through life 90% of the time unconscious, below the conscious level, right? So how do you become aware? How do you become a first player individual, right? The first thing, I'm gonna give you several ways of becoming more conscious to become a player, an actual player in this game, in this three-dimensional holographic universe. Number one, you want to do is disrupt all unhealthy patterns, all patterns that do not help you get to your goals and dreams and desires, right? So first of all, you have to be clear. You have to know where you're going, what you want. But secondly, you have to disrupt any and all patterns and implement new ones, right? So what that looks like is during the day, maybe you don't want to make your favorite cup of coffee. Maybe you want to go to a local mom and pop shop and get your coffee. You don't want to go and take the same route to work, right? You want to become aware of where you're driving now. Now you're going to be actually active in playing this game as you're driving to work. Now, when you're in traffic this time, you want to take a breath. You don't want to have the same emotional response, because science has also shown that like even if you are not in traffic around the same time, that your body is so addicted to the same emotional responses that if you're not physically having it, then it may take you to a time where you'll start thinking about, oh, I remember yesterday that really pissed me off. Now my body is still getting that emotional energy that it's used to getting in traffic. So you want to be aware of certain times in your life that you are used to certain, whether we want to call them negative or not favorable emotional doses of energy in our body, right? So as you're at work, you want to go with a different intention, right? You want to set an intention that today I want to engage in a high vibrational emotional energy around me, right? I want to give people chances that they're not going to irritate me. That same coworker may not irritate me this time. I want to look for opportunities and times throughout the day that I can congratulate that person or look for something good out of that individual. And even if I don't see it, that I want to draw that out of that individual, right? Because now I'm not just a person that is being responsive or reacting to people or my experiences or my environments, but now I'm causing the effect that I'm wanting to see, right? And that's the shift. The shift is when we stop allowing our external environment to impose feelings, emotion, thoughts, and ideas from that, and that we become the causation of those things, right? If I want to be more love, if I want to see more abundance, if I want to see more joy, happiness, and all these higher vibrations in my life, then I want to initiate that. I want to give that back. I want to give that out into the world so that that's what I'm going to receive. Okay? Another thing we want to do is we want to, again, engage in having attention in the beginning of the day of this is how I want my day to look. Do I want more clients today? Do I want to be happy today? And by this happiness, again, it's not an outside thing. It's an internal work that has to happen within. I have to say to myself, no matter what I go through, I'm going to look for the good. Because not all the time things are going to happen to you perfectly harmoniously. At times, you're going to have to fight for your happiness. At times, you're going to say, you know what, sir, ma'am, you go ahead and feel the way you feel. That's okay for you, but I'm not going to allow how you feel to shift my mood and how I'm feeling at this moment, right? And this is times like, I guess as a Christian, I would say, get behind me, Satan. I would say things like that because I'm like, I'm like, this external energy or force is not going to determine how I'm going to walk through life today. All right. So another way that we can get very intentional in a player in this game is that we can allow universe spirit or the collective consciousness of the universe to do what it does best, right? We have to set the intention. We don't need to know how it's going to happen, but we can allow it, trusting and believing that there's a power and source that's out there that is out for my good. That it's literally has its mind, goals, and energy is out there to make what I'm desiring to happen.